Well, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Folks, I'm sure will trickle in. We really appreciate everyone joining us today, carving out some time ahead of busy and during busy summer schedules. Before we go ahead and kind of kick off into the full introduction and contents, really appreciate if everyone could hop into the chat and just let us know where you're joining us from, what states we have on the call today. I'm here in our headquarters, our sunny state of Maine, currently sunny, always the same state though. Tammy, how about you?
Yeah, I'm joining the team from Alabama, and it's a rainy week here.
All right, Florida. Fantastic. Okay, well, we can go ahead and jump right in here. So as we move through into the next slide, just a little bit about what we're doing here today. Again, thrilled to have everybody. My name is Brian Howley. I'm with WEX FSM, WEX Payments here in Maine. And today's call, we really want to talk about, winning the high ticket repair, the power of integration and financing. And in support of that, we have Tammy on the call to kind of talk through how that works. So as we move through the call today, please feel free to hop on and put any questions you have on the chat. We have our team here moderating and helping to get those through. So feel free to jump in throughout the call on the chat, and we will do our best to address those during the call, as well as any sort of follow-up as we move through. So a little bit about, WEX. WEX began in 1983, really as Right Express. You can see where the name came from, with really a single core mission at that time to really a better way to develop fleet management for fuel. And that was in partnership with our local company here, Oakhurst Dairy. Really still working with them today, 40 years on, still a customer, still a neighbor here in Portland, Maine, where we've really helped to help their business grow and thrive through the years while managing that massive fleet of delivery. Next slide. And so as have grown and scaled throughout the year, throughout the years, our business really breaks down into sort of three core areas across what we refer to as mobility, really in that fleet section throughout the industries, and then health and benefits, HSA plans. If you have an FSA plan, oftentimes we're working with a lot of those companies, and then into larger corporate payments. That's where you get into sort of your travel and different sort of virtual card applications. So really three core sectors across WEX, areas where you're encountering our services. And as of a few years ago, very happy to have rolled in sort of the WEX FSM platform into our mobility platform. Next slide. And then across those three services, working with a number of different and very familiar faces for all of these different services. So across a number of different contractors in different areas. Anderson recently celebrating their 40 years. Very happy for them, as well as different lenders and integrated partners leveraging a number of different services from, continued fleet management, QuickBooks, Zoom Phone, all those different services through WEX FSM to help you optimize your business and really scale and drive across your portfolio. And then do we have Becky on the line? You here, Becky? Okay. So that said, WEX FSM is a platform. So an all intelligence led, all in one field service management solution across all those different partnerships, right? So you're bringing in your payments and your financing, field operations from scheduling, invoicing, maintenance plans, all the way through into fleet, back of office management, really a one-stop shop for all the tools you need to run your business and really scale and grow. And so today we'll be talking about, for our current users and future users, how applying financing through that model can really help drive your per ticket and more tickets through a weekly basis and monthly basis. And so using a platform, a CRM, especially like WEX FSM, we've tracked a number of different ways where this helps to essentially grow your business on an incremental level, leading to larger growth overall, whether that's from an 8% increase in appointments per day to a 54% increase in invoices paid same day, really leveraging the technology and services through this to streamline not only your fleet management, but your proposals and presentation to customers, and payments and accounts receivable upfront and early on can really help to drive your business and provide more time back to you and your team to further scale and bring larger tickets into your daily business. So that brings us to why we're here today. So it's a busy season, and again, we appreciate everyone joining us today to review this. And talk about how by leveraging finance and financing options, you can really increase your average ticket size, increase your sales overall, and therefore increase revenue and liquidity moving into your daily and monthly workflow. So before we jump into the next section, I believe we have a quick poll across folks. Across attendees, yes? All right. So if you can, please jump in, complete the poll. Really interested to see where everyone's coming from here on the call as far as, how much financing plays a part for your business currently. Okay. Got to have a few more responders than that. All right, going once, going twice. All right. So with that, Tammy, do you want to talk us through this one?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. Tammy with Synchrony. I'm an outside business development. I have been pretty much working with businesses like yourself my whole career. And I love talking financing, and I love being a consultant to your business and really getting in to know your business and helping you grow, close more sales, and drive more profit your way. Whether you're familiar with Synchrony or not familiar with Synchrony, what I would share is Synchrony is the largest provider of private label credit card. So we have over 72 million active accounts. And we like to talk to those customers, talk to those consumers, your customers, and ask them questions and inquire and bring that data back to your business to help your business grow and make more money. So some numbers that I wanted to share is why offer financing. 75% of homeowners face some type of repair or an emergency repair annually. And 37% of those customers, when polled, say they wouldn't be able to cover a $400 emergency. So that alone, right? Very understandable why customers would need financing. And then you add in the cost, right? How the cost of everything has gone up, the regulations and the changes that have taken place, significant increase in price. So I think it's pretty obvious to all of us, right, why financing, but just some numbers to think about, how utilizing financing can help make that more affordable for the customer and help them get what they really need to have done versus what they can afford, to write a check for.
Yeah, that sounds like it's really, it's kind of a reframing around empowering the customer rather than necessarily driving, as a debt model. It's more about reframing things as an empowerment tool for the folks to be able to, for our customers to be able to afford, the best level of service possible in our offerings.
Well, and I would even add, there's customers that don't have that money sitting in their bank account.
Right.
Could they get to the money? Yes. Maybe move the money, maybe borrow the money. But we also know cash buyers, right? Even if they could afford it, they still typically go move that money, or they utilize credit card to take advantage of points, or they use some other means other than going to their bank account to pay for it. And cash buyers tend to use someone else's money, right?
All right, we've got another poll on the screen here. Again, interested to hear what everyone on the call is seeing and what you do as far as presenting financing as an option. Could go ahead and click through the poll today and let us know where you're at as far as financing offers.
I really like this question, Brian. It's what I see as the biggest opportunity. I'm on the phone daily, all day with businesses, trying to help their team understand how to present, when to present, how to build the financing cost in, how to market. And this is what I see as the biggest opportunity and the biggest miss, what they're most not comfortable with for many reasons. So I really like this question. I know we really didn't get a response there on the poll, but what I would say is if you're offering financing, really think about, is it driving the results that you want? If it's not, this could be a big part of it, right? Leading with payment versus price. If you're that customer and you're needing to replace your heating and air unit, what are you going to respond most to? $15,000 or $125 a month? So that's one of the biggest opportunities that I see with the businesses, is their sales team, their technicians not being prepared to lead with that payment before price.
Right. Talking about it early and often.
Yeah.
From a payment perspective.
Yeah, the earlier you bring it up, the better, right? So just to share some numbers here, right? 61% of customers prefer to learn about financing when they're doing the research. So think about yourself, right? When you're looking to make a purchase, what are we going to do? We're going in and we're researching it. We want to know what those options are early on. So think about your own business. Is your business set up to be able to let that customer learn about the financing options as they're hitting your website or they're seeing material or marketing about your company? Do you have financing and those different options available to them? 61% want to see that during the research. And then 47% of the shoppers actually learn about financing options when they're shopping. So when they're actually engaged looking at your product on your website, are they able to see that as they shop? And then at checkout, 22% of shoppers actually learn about financing options when they're checking out. So let's talk a little bit more about the research piece. I spend a lot of time in this area working with businesses to show them, okay, how do I do that? How to let the customers know during the research piece of it. And just thinking about your website. When you sign up with Synchrony, we have a whole advertising center. So you're able to go into that advertising center and just load your merchant number. And within that merchant number, drop down, you click search, and you're going to get access to a whole menu of marketing flyers and mailers that you can simply just copy and paste and load up into your website or into any marketing material that you may want to put that in. Brian, what's a way, within your group, what's a way through text notification, what's a way that they can let those customers know about those options with your group?
Yeah, you can communicate that directly through the platform. We can help with that hosting through your website and really talk about best practice as far as formulating it to price rather than cost on your website, as well as the way that it comes up during the proposal model. So you've got your ways to present before, during, and at the close of proposal with the customer. So all through that path, they're able to become aware and educated and kind of ready for your discussion around payments and pricing.
I would say also I see a lot of opportunity as well when you're setting the appointment. That person, that CSR that's maybe setting the appointment for the customer, huge opportunity to bring up promotional options at that point and really tee it up for the technician and the salesperson. So when they get out there, the customer's already heard straight from the office when they set the appointment, hey, I hear you're offering Synchrony. I have a Synchrony card. Can I use that card? Synchrony has consumers have over 10 billion in available credit on their existing cards. Some of those can be utilized for additional purchases. So when your CSR is setting that appointment and they're teeing it up for that technician before they go out there and letting them know those options are available, the customer is more likely to, say at that point, hey, I have a Synchrony card. Can I use that Synchrony card? And again, let me jump back into some of these numbers. 90% of contractors provide clear information on financing early on. We talked about that. 83% have a strong understanding of what various financing offers mean, and 85% expect to be presented with financing information during the early stages. Again, coming back to, when you're offering financing, are you presenting and advertising on your website? When the customer scrolls throughout your website, do you have your pages set up to be able to advertise financing? Is when you're setting the appointment, are you bringing up early that that you have some promotional options and no interest options, affordable payment options before you even go out to the appointment? So just think about with your business, when you're offering it, how you're presenting it. Are you leading with payment and then price? And are you advertising and meeting what those customers are looking for, which is, during the research, seeing that you're offering it, what those options are, and then when they get ready to purchase, are you telling them about it early on?
So really, it's the customers expecting it and anticipating it, looking for financing options, and then you've got the power of the Synchrony brand also helping to kind of drive that conversation.
Right.
So we've got another poll here on the screen. Love to hear from folks as far as what you currently show or offer for financing on your proposals or proposal comparisons. I know for my wife and I, we always like to see all the options, every option possible when thinking about these larger purchases.
I think another piece of that, right, is, are you letting them know about it early? Are you talking about it often? Are you presenting early? And then are you also sharing with the customer what those options are if they don't close?
Right.
I see that as a miss as well. If you're in the home, you've presented, they don't move forward. Are you pushing out to that customer the ability for them to apply if you don't close in the home? Are you pushing out the options to them? So if they are getting other bids, they have that in hand to come back and compare it to, because maybe someone comes in with a lower price, but they're not offering those great options that you've presented. So that can help drive and draw business back to you.
Yeah, that's a great call out. Making sure the customer, removing that barrier and making that ease of use possible for the customer to come back and make the decision after the fact. So as we can see on the screen here, by offering in platform financing, there's that opportunity to increase revenue and increase close rates by removing those barriers to payment, or increasing the opportunity for the customer to say yes, and especially when presenting sort of a good, better, best option for folks, they can choose what's the greatest value for them rather than what is potentially readily available from a cash perspective, and really pick the best value for the customer. So that then leads to an increase on your average ticket size across the board. And then there's just the inherent workflow value for you and your team when using this through WEX FSM. As I mentioned with the proposal comparison, it provides you that opportunity to say, here's what your good, better, best options are. There's a lot of strong data pointing towards when presenting that, folks are most likely to go towards that better, best option to help drive up, those data points we were talking about before, whether it's your average ticket size or more sales overall with an increased close rate. At the same time, you're creating an opportunity to save custom templates and really drive easy proposals, as Tammy mentioned, making sure customers have that information and can readily sign with you at their convenience, and continuing to drive that affordability first through the platform.
Brian, I have a lot of conversations around that piece, around the good, better, best. And, if you're a business that's not familiar with how to leverage, different promotions with your customer, I would say, hey, that's an opportunity. Reach out to Brian or myself because I see a lot of businesses, they're very successful in, they may offer the 60 months no interest on your high efficiency equipment. So jobs over 15,000 and the 18 months no interest on just your base model, right?
Right.
And I think it's always neat to look at the good, better, best and present that to a customer who they really want the high efficiency, but they're not going to write the check for it.
Right.
But they love all the benefits of it. And then when they see the difference between the payment of just, hey, I just want the basic model, right? Because they're going to write the check for it or they're going to go get the money, right? They compare that payment to the high efficiency 60 month payment. And it's usually what, $25 difference in payment.
Right.
So it really opens the customer's eyes for them to see, well, why wouldn't I go with this option? So I love that, the good, better, best. It's a great way to give the customer options.
It really helps to change the story towards value. And so, as we mentioned before, offering financing and platform really helps with, speed from a presentation perspective, providing a simple application process and therefore quick decisions, as well as takeaways for the customer. If they don't feel ready in that moment, with all the prompting, there's still that opportunity to quickly, move forward as a decision is made. And then I think we covered that slide.
Yeah, and I've touched a bit about Synchrony, but I would add a little bit more if you're not familiar with Synchrony. 1 in 4 customers has a Synchrony card. And I mentioned before, 10 billion in available credit. So what does that mean for your business? When you think of Synchrony, don't just think about us as an opportunity to finance, help with the financing for that one customer. I would consider us a brand that can help drive leads and generate customers over to you. Because if I'm one of those customers and you have Synchrony on your website or on your advertisement, and I'm doing my research and I hit your website and I see that you're offering Synchrony, that's going to trigger me. Maybe I just put a new roof on. Maybe I just replaced my windows and I just paid that down or paid it off and I have $20,000 available. When I see Synchrony, tagged, maybe I see you at a home show and I see that you're offering Synchrony, that's going to trigger me to say, hey, I wonder if I could use this card at your business. I already have available credit. Okay. So Synchrony is a great brand to help drive and generate leads over to your business. It is a line of credit. So we have a revolving line of credit. So when the customer gets approved and opens up that Synchrony card to make the purchase, the customer is going to get a card in the mail with your business name on that Synchrony card. So it helps create a stickier customer to drive repeat business back to you. You also have full access to that customer list. So as you finance customers with us and you want to go back and cross market and advertise to those customers, you have full access to that customer list. So a lot of our contractors, every 3 or 4 months, they're selling other products. They'll pull that list and they'll drop offers and marketing mailers out to those customers, right? And it's a brand. Hey, we've been doing this 90 years, and we're very stable and we're self-funded, which helps us, have better control over our pricing and the way we go to market. We have a very unique underwriting model that helps us say yes more often. And we're able to use different indicators to help us approve more customers. One of those being hey, you may have a lower score, but you may have other indicators that support approving that customer. One of those being that maybe you've been a long-time Synchrony customer, and we see that you have the ability to repay. So we have a unique underwriting model as well, and quick funding, right? If you click to get funded before 1 o'clock, that money's going in your account the next day. So quick funding, easy process. Customer scans a QR code, enters 3 pieces of information, and instant decision on the spot. Again, here's Brian showing here a picture of the card the customer is going to get. It's going to have your business name on it. Again, helping drive repeat customers back to you, and they can make multiple purchases on that card and line of credit. We have 33 different type of promotions available to you, anything from 6 months, no interest, terms up to 11 years, fixed rate, fixed terms, lots of different options, and you're in control of picking those options. So you can change those promotional options that you're offering and change them out as often as you want to. You can set restrictions on those promotions, and just simple and easy to use.
Yeah. So putting this into action. So really thinking about offering it to every one of your customers every time, leading with payments, not the grand total, really, to get folks thinking about what is possible for them. And to your point, Tammy, really leveraging those promotional terms. And so that's
awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry, Brian. Thank you, Tammy and Brian, for the conversation that we've had today. Just as a quick note, Brian talked about WEX and WEX FSM at the beginning, but our overarching philosophy here at WEX FSM is really that running your business doesn't have to be hard. It shouldn't be hard. You're already doing enough hard work during the day for your customers. So we are fully committed to being a true partner in your long-term growth. And by aligning with world-class entities like our friends over at Synchrony, we're able to help optimize your operations and really maximize your revenue. As we get in to the Q&A, I do want to thank everybody for joining us today, and just send a reminder that we have a special summer promotion running with Synchrony through the end of this month. If you have not heard about this yet, you'll be receiving more information about it following the webinar, but there is an opportunity to earn a $500 Visa reward card from Synchrony, as well as a $150 WEX FSM subscription credit by doing a couple of things and getting those applications in through Synchrony. So more to come. Again, if you have not seen this yet, you will receive more information following the webinar today. And as if you do have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat and we will respond live. I do want to let you know there are 2 QR codes on the screen. If you are not a WEX FSM customer today and want to learn more about our product, about our integration with Synchrony, please scan the QR code on the left. Existing customers can schedule a call with our team on the right, and we'll make sure that someone reaches out to talk to you more about getting set up with Synchrony. So we'll wait for a couple of questions to come in and get those answered live. If you think of something after the call, please reach out. We'll be doing some follow-up as well to the attendee list. Okay, Brian and Tammy, I've got one for you. Whoever wants to take it, please feel free. When credit is reviewed for the customer, is there a hard credit pull?
When they're actually applying, it is a hard credit pull. If we do have custom QR codes that you have available that you can put on your website or any marketing material that you have. So if they're actually in the portal, right, processing, applying for a credit application, it's going to be a hard pull. But let's say you're with a customer that says, hey, I'm not sure if I want to move forward. Is there any way for me to apply without a hard credit pull? You're going to have a QR code that you can take that customer to, where they'll have the opportunity to just get pre-qualified with a soft pull. And then once they're approved, then they would go on to the hard pull to apply.
Great. Thank you so much. I don't see any others put in yet. So again, if you think of something following our call, please don't hesitate to reach out and reply to the follow-up email that you'll receive from us. But if that's all the questions for today, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Thank you so much for joining, Tammy and Brian. Thank you for the conversation that we've had today, and I hope everyone has a great rest of the day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much.